So this is now the form that you should have got. So here I've got 25 orders. I can flick through each of those orders, and what you should be able to see is for each of those orders what I should be able to see. So here I've got this particular restaurant here. They've got one. Oops, can't quite see that because it's gone up. Kirkham Cafe have got 1, 2, etc. orders, and what we can see here is we can see the totals on here. Now I've put my subtotals on here. You won't have that yet because I'm now going to show you how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my query, go back home, and let's change the view to be design view. Now the point where you need to put that is you need to put it in the footer. Okay, and I'll show you how I got this subtotal here. So what I did was I inserted a text box. Okay, so let's put subtotal here. Now currently the subtotal is actually on my other form. So what I need to do is I'm going to call this one up here. Let's give this a name. Let's call it subtotal again. Okay, now the subtotal is on the subform. So what I need to do in here for the control source is I need to make it equal to the subtotal that I had on my subform FRM full orders subform. So I use the 3 little dots here. Okay, I should be able to find my subform in there. I need to look in there, and I'd called that field that I'd already called it. I'd called it subtotal. So if I double click on there, it will automatically put the answer for me in there. Okay, so it's FRM full order form subform 2 dot forms exclamation mark and then the name of that total. And then if I go back to my form view, what you should see hopefully is now I have my subtotal in there. Let's go back to design view again. So I'll just remove that other one which I'd created to check that it worked. This one here I can do things like I can change its format to be, I'd like that to be currency. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add another one to work out the VAT. So let's put a text box in there. Now I can put that name in there. In this one here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the name of this box, text box here, which if I just check on that, I just need to get rid of that there. You can see I've called subtotal. So here I'm going to put equals square brackets. The square brackets indicates that it's the actual name of the box. So let's put subtotal. Close square brackets. Change the view to be form view. And now I've got the subtotal in there. And to do the VAT, okay, I'll do an updated VAT. So that's now times 20%. So if I just put times 20%, the final thing that I need to do, now if you put 20%, it will probably come up with an error. So what you need to do is, in that case there, is you put 0.2%. If I change the view now to form view, what you'll see is, you can see I've now got the total, I've got the VAT. So if I go back to the design view here, let's just call that VAT. This text box here, let's change the format of that to be currency, and I'm going to change that to VAT. so that now when I do my finals totals, let's move that along. Let's put that as total. All I need to do for this one here is an equals subtotal plus VAT. Change the format of that so it is currency, and then view my form. And now it's a question of just simply tidying it up. So I can see here for Boxbridge Bristow, that's their order. These are all the items which were on the order there. And finally then I've got this total, the subtotal, and